the month of November, it was like whack-a-mole. It was like we get some intel hit here or there, some guy that was connected. I mean, we were all over the country trying to catch Saddam. It got to the point where it was comical, like where we were laughing about it. You know, we would pre-stage. At this point, they've got FOBs established in various points of the country, so we would pre-stage at these FOBs, do a broad daylight helo assault to an objective, and then that evening we'd get another hit, and we'd do a, ground-based vehicle infill and hit a target in Baghdad, and then we'd fly back to Ramadi and we'd hit a target in Ramadi. It was like one after another, 24-hour ops. We were literally exhausted. And then lo and behold, early December, so it was December 12th of 2003, we got a hit on a guy, came up, it doesn't matter how they figured it out, but signal intelligence, a guy popped up and on a phone, and it was a guy that we had been tracking named Mohammed Ibrahim al-Muslit. And Muslit is who our intelligence analysts, it's not unlike the bin Laden story in that there was really one person that had been working the problem set from day one, and they were really the key person for tracking down an individual. We had an intel guy that tirelessly poured over information and details and data and background and history, and had a pretty good idea of how and where Saddam would be, who would be connected to him, and then had further developed how he was getting information out, giving orders out, whatever, and who was hiding him. And Muslit was the key to this. He was the key courier or messenger, if you will, that probably knew where Saddam was and was responsible for giving Saddam's orders out to, the sort of network that was spread around Iraq. So we called him the golden ticket. And so they told us that we had a possible for Muslit, and it was in Baghdad, which we were surprised. It actually wasn't far from where we were based out of, our mission support site, the house that we lived in Baghdad in the Green Zone. And so we rolled out on vehicles. We hit the initial target. It was a troop plus, so it was 3 teams plus a team from another troop that hit the initial target, and it was a dry hole. Like Muslit wasn't there, nothing of value was there. They didn't know anything. But while we were there, we were dead silent. It wasn't like we blew doors and all that stuff. It was a pretty quiet hit. I think they got another hit, and they narrowed down his location, and it was a couple of blocks away. So we moved. It was a kind of 4 apartments in one house, so it was 2 upstairs, 2 downstairs, with a stairwell that ran up the middle and then split. So you had one apartment on the right and one apartment on the left. I ended up being the lead team on the apartment on the right, and I was the breacher at the time, and another team had the door on the left. Just putting a charge up on the exterior door. It was a dual door, so I had to open the exterior and put a charge in between the two to get them to blow both directions. So I'd open the door, place my charge. The team behind me on the other door had done the same, and somebody in there had bumped something and made a noise. So I was on a knee and just put the charge on the door, and a guy came to my door and looked at me. And I'm weapon slung because I'm putting the charge on the door, but I pulled my pistol out and I just stuck it up in his face. And I said in English, basically I mouthed, "Open the door." And he looked at me and he went. And so he opened the door. I basically just rode the door into him as soon as he turned the handle, pushed him against the wall, and just held him there as the team made entry behind me. Cleared the room, cleared the first room. I think it had a bathroom and maybe 1 or 2 bedrooms off of it. All secure, nothing. Nobody in the house. Progressed to SSE, so we're talking to the guy that I've had against the wall. Cuffed that dude. They're doing a little battlefield interrogation with him, and the other guys are going through portions of the house, and we hear a call from one of the back bedrooms, and it's a teammate. He's like, "Hey, I need a guy. There's somebody under the bed back here."